I'd like to welcome you guys to the Soto Podcast. The AFC is where we advocate for children first. Another story coming out of Cleveland. How many of you guys are actually surprised? I'm personally not surprised that this story came across my email account. And then you guys know you could always send me stories, but this one bothers me just as well as all of these stories do. I want to let you guys know that each and every one of these kids is really in my heart, and I can't lie to you. I know sometimes people have a little difficulty dealing with the stories that I talk about. It's just as difficult to try to report these stories as well, because you're having to listen to all of the information that went on in these stories, and a lot of the facts and stuff can be a little bit difficult to deal with, right? Can definitely be a little bit difficult to deal with, even to the point that sometimes I'll be real honest and transparent with you guys. It's a little bit hard to sleep at night, okay? Knowing that there's so many children out there suffering. Matter of fact, let me give a shout out to my daughter, Crystal Chan, who I love so much. Thank you, Crystal Chan. But, you know, I got a chance to spend some time with her this weekend, and I can't imagine what some of these people are actually going through. Another story coming out of Cleveland, Ohio, and it's been at least 4 days since 6-year-old Lyric-Melodi Lawson, again, her name, and I like that name. I'll be real honest with you guys. I thought that when I had a kid and had a daughter, it was going to either be one of three names. It was going to either be like something like my name, something similar. Lyric, I've always liked that name. And I don't know how many Star Trek fans we have out there, but I've always liked the name Seven. Like 7 of 9 from Star Trek. So maybe some of you guys aren't nerds like me, but I've always liked that name Lyric. But her name is Lyric-Melodi Lawson. This little girl was murdered in her own home, and police still don't know who the hell did it. How many of you guys are surprised by that? Right? The little girl was shot in the head as she slept in her home this past Saturday on East 171st Street in Cleveland. And if you guys would, do me a favor, please click that thumbs up. If you guys would, I know a lot of you guys want to participate in the show. The easiest way that you can participate in this show is if you guys would, please click that thumbs up. It will share our stream and let other people know that we are live, right? And also, if you would, make sure nobody blocks anybody. Don't time out anybody, okay? Because like I said, we wanted to make sure and open up the chat so people can get an opportunity to speak here today. Because I know that some family and friends and cousins will be watching this. So I do want them to have the opportunity to be seen in here if they do pop up in the chat, okay? So I wanted to address that real quick. So again, to my moderators, to people that do have moderator wrenches, just make sure you don't block or time out anybody. Don't remove any comments or anything like that, okay? Now, let's go ahead and move on with this story real quick. Let me thank another person who just donated. I just saw it come in. Said listening, hashtag AFC with the prayer hand emojis. Always showing love. If you're listening, from my heart to yours, thank you for your donation. I know you want to remain anonymous, and I really appreciate that so much, okay? Now, Lyric Lawson was 6 years old, and she died after someone fired shots into the home on 171st Street in St. Clair. I'm familiar with St. Clair because of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't know how many Bone Thugs and Harmony fans are out there, but I've heard them talk about Cleveland and about St. Clair Avenue. Nonetheless, that's where she lived with Laney. That shooting happened at about 1 a.m. when someone drove by Waller's home and opened fire. The bullets ripped through the home, and one of those bullets hit that little girl that you see on my screen in the head. Lyric's aunt, by the name of Deirdre Selman, sat in her home on East 171st Street, was shot 28 times. Y'all hear that? 28 times. The home was shot up 28 times. The reason why I bring that up, as a matter of fact, let me check and make sure that you guys can hear me, make sure there's no issue. I just want to take a pause for the cause real quick. Hold on just a moment, if I can hear myself. By the name of Deirdre Selman, sat in her home. I can hear myself. Anyway, so 28 times. That don't sound random to me. That sounds like somebody was targeting somebody, right? That sounds like a target. She shares the home with her twin sister, who is the mother of this little girl by the name of Ometrice Selman, Ometrice. Never heard of a name like that. Nonetheless, Ometrice Selman is the mother, but the twin sister of Deirdre Selman, and they both lived in this house, and their children, 6 children in total. Did you guys catch that? 6 children plus 2 women in that home that y'all see on my screen. I took the chat off the screen so that way that I can dedicate a little bit more of the picture space so you guys can see the pictures a little bit better. I want y'all to let me know if y'all can see this home. Let me back this up a little bit. That house right there, a total of 6 people lived in that house. 2 grown-ass people plus 6 children. Right? She said all the kids were sleeping next to each other inside when the shooting started and Lyric was hit in the head. She was taken to university hospitals where she died several hours later. Now, Lyric, let me go ahead and let these pictures roll. Lyric was a student at Hannah Gibson STEM school in the city's Collinwood neighborhood. The family is taking Lyric's death especially hard as they have experienced other deaths due to gun violence in Cleveland, Corday Lawson said. Keeps freezing. Well, let me take a look. Several hours later. Now, Lyric, let me go ahead and let these pictures roll. Lyric was STEM school in the city's Collinwood neighborhood. Okay, I don't really have a whole lot extra going on here. Let me see if I can clear it up a little bit. Bear with me, guys. I'll try to see if I can fix this a little bit. So hold on. Asia, hey, good to see you. I am so glad that you joined the channel memberships also. So shout out to Asia. Asia, let me know if you can hear me, because I know that the people are saying that the video was freezing. Shouldn't be. But hey, if you can hear me, Asia, I really, really appreciate that. Type something in the chat. Oh, there you go. So finally a member. So thank you, Asia, for supporting. I really, really appreciate your support. I'm trying to clear up my computer just a little bit, guys, and see if that helps it out a little bit. It was lagging a little bit. Keeps with the circle thing. Okay. Well, I'll have it recorded on this end. So if it doesn't work, if it messes up, then I'll just try to repost it for you guys, which shouldn't take long at all. Okay. Are we good now? If everybody can hear me, type AFC in the chat. If you can hear me, I need to make sure that y'all can hear me before I continue to keep speaking and you guys can't hear me. Well, I'll have it recorded on this end. So if it doesn't work, if it messes up, then I'll just try to repost it for you guys, which shouldn't take long at all. Okay. We're going to go ahead. We're going to have to move on, guys. I can hear myself on here and I know it might be freezing. Lower your resolution. I've done about as much as I can do as of right now, okay? So let me go ahead and finish telling this story, okay? Now, she was taken to University Hospital where she died several hours later, and she was a student at Hannah Gibson's STEM school in the city's Collinwood neighborhood. The family is taking Lyric's death especially hard as they have experienced other deaths due to gun violence in Cleveland, and Corday Lawson was the one that reported that information. So why people talking about I got my information wrong? That's who put it out there. Okay? Now, they've all gone unsolved. All of these murders and all of these deaths that this particular family has experienced have gone unsolved. What does that tell you guys? There's no justice, Lawson said. Cleveland police have not publicly discussed a motive for the shooting or made any arrests as of Monday. Nothing. Witnesses at the scene told Cleveland police that they saw a dark colored vehicle drive away from the scene, but investigators are still working to solve the crime. And I'll tell you guys why I have such a problem with that. Nobody is going to shoot at a house 28 times randomly. That's not a random thing. Somebody knows what happened, and I'm going to call that out. I'm going to say it probably had something to do with one of those two grown-ass women. I'm going to call it how it is. That's not random to come shoot up somebody's house. You don't just randomly, yeah, I don't know who lives there, but I'm going to go shoot up the house. You don't do that. Usually when that happens in the hood, that's normally targeted, okay? Now, the news checked in with Cleveland police, and there are no new developments at this moment. And I checked before I went live. They haven't made any new developments. They've asked that we continue to push their message that if you know something, say something. Is that y'all message or is that my message? If you see something, say something. There have been probably at least 1 million of my views can be dedicated specifically to Cleveland alone, because I've gotten a ton of views just off of the stories that have come out of that city. So I know people have heard my mantra, if you see something, say something. That comes from the AFC. Now, one of the steps that Cleveland City Hall said on Monday afternoon, the councilman by the name of Anthony Hairston asked the public to abandon the code of silence we have in our community, this no snitch rule. We are urging you to come forward with any information or tips you may have. Some moms sleep with thugs. Yep. That's why I'm blaming the mothers in this situation. I'm blaming them because if you notice, they continue to inspire this kind of behavior. Now, y'all just let me know when I'm inaccurate about what I'm saying. I don't give a crap if you don't like what I say. I don't give a crap if you don't like how I said it. I want you to let me know when something I said was factually inaccurate. I absolutely don't understand. I was going to say, hey, let me switch it. I just don't understand how people can be so mad about what I say as opposed to what's actually going on. You understand where I'm coming from, my brother Relationship Rehab? Shout out to my brother Relationship Rehab. If you have not checked out his channel, you might want to do so. So make sure you click those 3 dots to the right of his name and subscribe to his channel. Shout out to my brother Relationship Rehab. And again, I'm asking you guys, matter of fact, the stream won't even lag anymore if you guys would just click the thumbs up. So the stream is probably lagging because y'all have not clicked the thumbs up enough. Y'all haven't told YouTube that you love this channel enough. That's probably why the channel is lagging, because you ain't clicked the thumbs up. Everybody catch that? Now, days later, Councilman Mike Polinsky said, or Polinsek, whatever. Councilman Mike Polinsek said, there are people who know what happened here. They need to rise up. Polinsek used the word Ward 10, where the girl's home is situated. The obvious questions that are still unanswered is, why this home? Why so many shots? I'm going to repeat that. Why this home, this particular home, and why so many shots? 28 shots. Thank you, Edmund Carter, for joining the channel memberships, my brother. Thank you very much. As the news reported, they found a police report from last month that may shed light on this. I want to know from you guys if y'all can hear the sound of my voice. Are y'all ready to hear who I believe had something to do with this? I need to make sure that I get confirmation from you guys. Since we're live, I need you guys to make sure and let me know, do you want me to tell you who I think had something to do with this, who the target was? Because I think Natoya and Brielle might have caught it already. I'm doing the best I can, guys. I can hear myself every time I click from my phone, and I'm not even using my Wi-Fi. So that's about the best I can do. Y'all ready? Ding! As the news reported, they found a police report that might shed light on this situation. I want y'all to type this in the chat. Tyrone Laney. Can you guys type that in the chat? Tyrone, Laney, Laney. Tyrone Laney, Laney. Tyrone Laney. Somebody type that in my chat. Or everybody can type it in the chat. The person by the name of Tyrone Laney, who was a victim in a deadly shooting, listed this as his primary home address. Now, why is that significant? Because Tyrone Laney survived that shooting, but another man died. So I'll repeat that. He was a victim in what was a deadly shooting. So he was one of a couple of people that were shot. He survived that shooting while another man died. Now, why is that significant? I know some of y'all are scratching your heads like, what the fuck is Jay talking about? Why is that significant? This is why. Tyrone Laney is also listed as a victim in a deadly shooting at a bar in July of 2018. I'm going to see how quickly you guys can put that together. I know we have a good group of people here that are very smart and very intelligent. With the information that I've just given you, I'm going to continue to feed you some more information. Now, according to court records, not according to DJ Just Jay's text messages, not according to DJ Just Jay's emails, not according to just some shit that I pull out of my ass, but according to court records, Tyrone Laney has been in and out of jail for years. For years. It's unclear if Laney was at this home when it was shot up on Saturday or if he was the intended target. Keep in mind, he was the victim in a deadly shooting, meaning him and another guy were shot at and they intended to murder both of these guys, but he survived. And it's so fucking ironic how the address where that little girl lived, he listed that as his home address. Uh-oh. Are we starting to put this together now? Hashtag, when you date thugs, you date death. Or when you have thugs that claim your address, you also date death, ladies. Now, investigators have not said whether they believe the shooting is related to the earlier incident that left Tyrone Laney with injuries, and that shooting happened at about 11 p.m. September 14th on Alhambra Road, south of St. Clair Avenue, less than 1 mile from the home where Lyric was killed. Anybody got an OMG? Anybody got one of those emojis where he goes, I'm going to start calling that the Kevin McAllister. Are you surprised? Is anybody surprised? The truth is right under your nose. Tyrone Laney is the intended target. Why are they talking about they think? Because that's what they have to say. He was the fucking intended target. He had that listed as his address. They tried to kill him at a bar in July of 2018. And this last incident happened September 14th on Alhambra Road, south of St. Clair Avenue, less than 1 mile where Lyric was killed. And he was in and out of jail for years. All I'm asking, guys, is that not a motive? Because I personally think it is. Let's move on with more facts. Laney and Waller were standing in the street talking to a group of people when gunfire erupted. This is what the police said. Waller was found dead with a gunshot wound to his head in the middle of the street. Now, Tyrone Laney ran after he suffered gunshot wounds to his leg and to his hand. He flagged down a police officer and reported that he and Waller had been shot. Several men ran from the area, including one who stashed a gun in a yard of a home about 3 blocks away, according to the police. Investigators found that gun, but they have not found that gunman, according to the police. An ambulance took Tyrone Laney to University Hospital for treatment. You wasn't surprised when he listed that as the address? Mm-hmm. He was shot at. Apparently, they tried to murder this dude twice. He's been in and out of jail. And they happened to shot this house up 28 times, which we know is not random. So if we can't blame it on the women, if we can't blame it on the children, then who do you blame it on? Because that house had to have had something to do with somebody that they were trying to murder. Don't do your dirt where you lay your head down at. What that means is whether he lived there or whether he listed the address there, because he did such acts, that put that little girl's life in jeopardy and caused her to be dead. And in my opinion, they need to bring him in for questioning. He knows who shot at him. And if they at least can bring those people in who initially shot at him, then they can maybe start connecting some of these dots instead of treating everything like a separate incident. Treat it all like it's one big ass incident. Am I right or am I wrong? In my opinion, the way that you solve this particular situation is you treat everybody, every name involved as one big, huge incident. All right? Now, Tyrone Laney was one of 7 people shot in July 26th of 2018, a shooting after the recording of a music video for a rapper by the name of Q Money. Does anybody from Ohio or Cleveland know somebody by the name of Q Money? Because Tyrone Laney was one of 7 people shot back in July 26th of 2018 after recording a music video for the rapper Q Money outside of a Cleveland bar. 1 person died in that shooting. He pleaded guilty in several drug trafficking cases. That was just earlier this year. Neighbors we talked to didn't recognize the name, and it's unclear if he was even at the home this past weekend. However, neighbors say even if he wasn't the target, the house is always busy. Keep in mind, this is what the neighbors are saying. The neighbors said that whether he was living there or whether he wasn't living there, this particular house always stays busy. In and out, in and out. Traffic. You guys catch that? It's in and out. They say that the commotion picked up when Lyric's family moved in less than a year ago. I'm starting to think that might be the case. Jason is saying it might have been a trap house. Have no idea. But all I'm saying is something doesn't add up and somebody has to take the blame. But who's going to be responsible in this situation? We don't know. But anyone with information regarding the shooting is asked to call police. The phone number is 216-621-1234, which is an easy number to write down. The shooting remains under investigation, and Crime Stoppers is offering only a $2,500 reward for information. I want to also give you guys, before I show you guys the video real quick, something I think that's very ironic, because y'all know that I talk about people in these GoFundMes and people that always want to pitch in and help in these situations. It's always the benevolent white people. The people that we say are the ones that are holding us back in the black community. We always open up a GoFundMe, and the only people that donate to us are people that don't look like us. And by the way, they did have a GoFundMe page. We're going to get to that here in a minute. But also they left a message and said a place called Luchitas, Luchita', Luchita's Mexican restaurant located on 3456 West 117th Street, announced that it will donate 30% of the entire day's sales on October the 10th to Lyric's family. So for anybody listening, they said that on October the 10th, they'll donate 30% of their profits to Lyric's family. That's in conjunction with a GoFundMe page. We're going to get to that. So hold off. Matter of fact, I'll just show you the GoFundMe page. How about we do that? Before I show you guys the news videos, let me go ahead and show you the GoFundMe page. Oh, we're getting ready to talk about this. Now, can you guys see this or can you not? I know y'all say the stream is going in and out, but there's only so much I can do about it. I do apologize. GoFundMe page. I can still hear myself, so I'm sorry if it's going in and out, guys, okay? Here's the GoFundMe. Justice for Lyric-Melodi Lawson. Do y'all see how much they're asking for? Can y'all see that? Yay or nay? How much are they asking for? So y'all tell me if y'all can see it. If you can't see it, let me know. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. Yes, they set up a GoFundMe. Jason Gunn and Asia. $20,000. Matter of fact, some people are saying for how much? Not 30, 20. 20,000. 20,000. $20,000. Can we get a hashtag babies for benefits? Carrie said $20,000 for one baby's funeral. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is what they wrote. Y'all can go to the GoFundMe page. Y'all see what the name of it is right there. Justice for Lyric-Melodi Lawson. And the person who created this is a person by the name of Deirdre Selman and Omatree Selman. Do y'all remember who I said Deirdre and Omatree Selman are? Omatree is the mother. Deirdre is the aunt. Hashtag babies for benefits. Yep. Yes, they really just did that, guys. They really did. Let's go ahead and get this fair use popping. Let's go ahead and get these videos started. Let's get it in. If I can start it. There we go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Yeah, that's right. The site of so much pain will tonight be the site of love as community members surround the family of Lyric-Melodi Lawson. They will be also marching from nearby her school on East 179th and ending here with a vigil. And the little first grader went to Hannah Gibbons STEM school. Today, counselors were on site to support both staff and students.
911, do you need police, ambulance, or fire? That's what I do.
Those heartbreaking moments on a 911 call happened after Lyric-Melodi Lawson was shot in the head while sleeping Saturday morning at a home on East 171st Street. She passed away at the hospital from her injuries. Her death sparking a call to community action from the steps of City Hall. City Council member.
Just to let you guys know, I can still see what the chat is typing in there right now, but there are people in there saying that the GoFundMe needs to be shut down. How many of you guys agree with that? How many people think that that GoFundMe needs to be shut down? I'm not saying that it needs to be shut down because I don't personally know how I feel about it yet. Okay? And normally whenever I make a proclamation, if I'm sure about something, I'll say it. But if I'm not sure, I'm honest with you guys and tell you, I'm not really sure. But do y'all think that GoFundMe needs to be shut down? I personally just think it's in bad taste. You have a Mexican restaurant who is donating funds to them. You probably got a ton of other people that have already donated funds to them. And because this story did get a little bit of headway, you probably already have people that have probably already covered the funeral. And then on top of that, open a GoFundMe. On top of that, for $20,000. Come on, man. Well, you don't know what all we needed. No, 20,000. No.
Passed away at the hospital from her injuries. Her death sparking a call to community action from the steps of City Hall. City Council members, the Chief of Police, and the Mayor gathering to address recent crime in the city. Lyric's family sharing with us their grief.
Speak up. You are just as bad as the folks who've committed these crimes if you stay silent and stay quiet.
They took our sweet little baby. I had to see my niece, her mother, and the twin sister just going to the floor, and that hurt me so bad.
Well, tonight
with the GoFundMe's, no, it doesn't go straight to the funeral home. Now, if the parents set it up through the funeral home will normally put their name on who the creator of the campaign is, and it'll normally say going to this funeral home. It was created by this funeral home, and proceeds will normally go to them, so that way they can absorb the cost. So no, this money for $20,000 will be going directly into the hands of Omatrice and her sister, from what I understand, her twin sister Deirdre, because they are the ones who created the campaign.
So bad.
Well, tonight, the strong little girl with the beautiful smile, as family members describe her, will be in the hearts of her community tonight. A balloon release will also take place during this vigil. People are asked to bring the colors pink, purple, silver, and white.
Tonight, a Cleveland neighborhood struggles with stunning violence. A 6-year-old girl sleeping inside her home is killed when a gunman opens fire outside. Lyric-Melodi Lawson was among several children who were fast asleep when dozens of bullets pierced the home. Lyrica was shot in the head. Dorsina Drakeford now with a search for a killer and answers for an East Side neighborhood.
On the steps. Boom, 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 boom.
Almost 30 times those shots fired into this home, where neighbors say they normally see 6 or 7 children playing. But now it's quiet, and police are hoping it doesn't stay that way for long, because they're trying to find the person or people who did this.
They got footage from the cameras off of this building. They stopped right here. Guys got out, just opened up on the house, they say. I don't know.
What police do know is that around one Saturday...
They just opened up on the house. No, they don't just open up on the house. Let me see. What did you say? Most everything is donated when a child dies. Yeah, we're going to talk about those. Yes, I was just getting ready to say that. Thank you, Kitten Paws. I was just getting ready to talk about the balloon releases. I'll talk about that here in just a moment.
Now it's quiet, and police are hoping it doesn't stay that way for long, because they're trying to find the person or people who did this.
They got footage from the cameras off of this building. They stopped right here. Guys got out, just opened up on the house, they say. I don't know.
What police do know is that around one Saturday morning, a dark-colored vehicle was seen driving away from the house after the shooting. But inside the home, sleeping children and a 6-year-old girl was hit.
No, well, I'll tell you this. To the person, Don, in the chat who said the dude is brave for talking on TV, no, I don't think he's brave. I think he's doing his due diligence as a citizen that lives in that community. You should want to have a bunch of people that tell on these criminals. Everybody should. All the men, all the fathers, all of the law-abiding citizens should be speaking out against this. Everybody should, right? Everybody should. I don't think that makes you a hero or anything like that. You're doing what you're supposed to do, in my opinion. That's the least you could do, is speak out on the violence. I'm not asking you to go out and go kick a bunch of gangbangers' asses. I'm not asking you to go pull no kick doors on the gangbangers in their trap houses. I'm just saying, speak out. Say it's wrong. And if they retaliate, then you should be using your right to bear arms, the Second Amendment right. You should already have your license. You should already be carrying your tools. Guns are tools. As adults, as responsible, law-abiding citizens, you should have your tools. You should have your protection. You should have your weapons in order to defend your family, your domicile. Everybody catch that? You should have your tool to be able to protect your family.
After the shooting, but inside the home, sleeping children and a 6-year-old girl was hit.
When they said it was a kid, my heart just fell to my feet.
The family and the people who live in the area want to know why someone would do this.
My concern was for them kids and their parents, you know what I'm saying? I know the mom devastated.
He said he knows the mom is devastated. Well, you're just assuming, bro. I don't think the mom is going to be devastated if she gets her $20,000 by way of GoFundMe. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Because it seemed like they didn't do anything to prevent this situation from happening. And now it seems like they're trying to benefit. Seems and no is two different things. I'm assuming this information, but that's what it looks like because that's what the majority of these people fucking do, right? Real quick, let me give a shout out to my guy Last Chance. If you're still listening, my brother, just got your donation in. Thank you very much to my brother Last Chance for supporting the AFC and everybody who's also joining the channel memberships. All of that stuff counts as far as supporting the channel. Let me give a shout out to Mom's Fur Babies. Thank you very much for joining the channel, who was by way of Nora's Designer Handbags. Thank you very much. Natalie McNeely also donated in the super chat. So thank you ladies so much for supporting. Ladies support a lot here, man. I really appreciate the good women. I really do. I appreciate the good men that we have here and the good women, man. Shout out to you guys.
Family members tell us the mom is a twin. Both sisters lived in the home together and moved to the
I know the mom devastated.
Family members tell us the mom is a twin. Both sisters lived in the home together.
Y'all hear that? The moms are twins and they lived in the house together.
Both sisters lived in the home together. Both sisters lived in the home together.
Let's say that again.
Plus, the mom is a twin. Both sisters lived in the home together.
How many of you guys, and I like what Don said, how many of you guys believe that they're going to use that $20,000 in order to move? They had 6 kids together. Now they have 5. Y'all think they're going to take that $20,000 that these benevolent white people are going to give them? And you think they're going to take that money and move? Y'all think they're going to get the hell out of Cleveland? At least move out of the house that got shot up 26 times? Let me ask you guys something. Would y'all continue to live in a house or in an area that gets shot up 26 times and you lose one of your children? If you ask me, I could understand maybe if you have no money at all. Zero, you have no money. You're living check to check. But they're getting ready to get a big paycheck from these benevolent white people who are always on GoFundMe donating to all of these black people who have no insurance, who have no responsibility, no life insurance, right? Do you think they're going to take that money and move? They're not going to move away from this house. They won't move down the block. They won't move to the other side of the city. They won't move outside of Cleveland. I'm not saying that you got to leave the whole damn state, but why can't you leave the house with $20,000 that you didn't have to work for, you didn't have to earn? The reason I say that is because if you really cared about your kids, then you will put your kids in a situation, in an area that is safer for them to coexist with other people. Thank you very much to Peach Cutie Pie at #AFC. People must protect their children. Thank you for your donation. Also, I truly appreciate you. Thank you guys so much.
And moved to the neighborhood about a year ago. A nice family that's now dealing with the unthinkable.
Great kids, they seem like great parents, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's mind-blowing.
He said, great kids, great parents. Unless he is familiar with this family, I don't know how you could just outright say that the kids and parents are great people when the neighbors, keep in mind, don't get mad, when the neighbors are saying that they had traffic in and out of the house. The neighbors are saying they had traffic in and out of the house. The neighbors are saying that the neighborhood was quiet before this family moved in. Keep in mind, Judge Jay is not pulling this out of his bum. That's what the neighbors are saying. That's why I'm wondering who this black man is on here caping for women when the neighbors are not trying to echo his sentiments. So listen at that again.
And moved to the neighborhood about a year ago. A nice family that's now dealing with the unthinkable.
Great kids, they seem like great parents, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's mind blowing.
How does he know that they're great parents?
Saying, and I mean, like great parents, you know what I'm saying? And
unthinkable.
Great kids, they seem like great parents, you know what I'm saying? And
let's listen again. What did he say?
Dealing with the unthinkable.
Great kids, they seem like great parents, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's mind blowing.
For some, it's more than just this one incident. It's a pattern, and they feel like it's an overall lack of concern for human life.
The society we're living in, it's like they don't care. There's no more morals and principles.
For the little girl on Monday at 5, starting at the school she attended, that's Hannah Gibbons Nottingham School, then walking to the house that she was killed. Again, that vigil will be at 5 on Monday. Police are still working to get more information on a suspect and a motive, and they ask if you have any information to call them, and remember, you can remain anonymous.
I'm going to remind you guys what the quote says. It says, neighbors we talked to didn't recognize the name, and it's unclear if he was even at the house this past weekend. However, neighbors say that if he wasn't the target, the house is always busy, and they say the commotion picked up. I said commotion. They say that the commotion picked up when Lyric's family moved in a little less than a year ago. So if they just moved in, why can't they just take that $20,000 and just move right back out? We're following logic here. Don't forget that.
My kids shouldn't have had to see that. At all. My nieces shouldn't have had to see that. I shouldn't have had to see that. That baby shouldn't have suffered at all.
A little life ended too soon. Tonight, family and friends of Lyric Lawson grieved her loss after she died from a gunshot wound to the head.
She was shot Saturday in her sleep as her home was riddled with bullets. Tiffany Tropley spoke with her family tonight.
When she walked in, her young smile and personality lit up a room.
She was funny, she loved to dance, she loved music, and they took it from her.
Not only did they take that from 6-year-old Lyric-Melodi Lawson, but also her family, friends, teachers, this community.
Who are we here for? Lyric! Who are we here for? Lyric!
Monday night, a walk for justice grew as everyone made...
At least they had a lot of people show up, so apparently I must have pissed some people off in Cuyahoga County or in Cleveland. I don't know if this is the same county, but I'm assuming. But apparently, DJ must have pissed some people off out there when I said, like, that the house that had those 4 people that they found dead in, and they had 6 people show up. Well, guess what? Now they got more people showing up to support. So talking about these things absolutely makes a difference.
But also her family, friends, teachers, this community.
Who are we here for? Lyric! Who are we here for? Lyric!
Monday night, a walk for justice grew as everyone made their way from Lyric School just under a mile to her home on East 171st near St. Clair.
What's her name? Lyric! What's her name? Lyric!
It should be a safe place, but it's where she was shot around 1 o'clock Saturday morning. You can see bullet holes in windows, the siding. Her aunt and others were there.
To shoot in a house with 6 kids. I don't even let my kids sleep downstairs. But they asked me to watch SpongeBob. They wanted to watch TV. That was it. Y'all took away our safe.
Tell me she did not just laugh. What? I'm going to play this again and let y'all hear this. This is why I hate to see mothers on the front line. Hashtag, where are the fathers of these 6 kids at? Oh my God. Look, yep, she did. Listen again. She did. Y'all saw her laugh? Look at it again. Look at it again.
And others were there.
To shoot in a house with 6 kids. I don't even let my kids sleep downstairs. But they asked me to watch SpongeBob. They wanted to watch TV. That was it. Y'all took away our safe.
In the midst of a tragedy, a 6-year-old girl is dead and you laugh. Mimi said, thank you for your videos and your viewpoint. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know the video's lagging. I apologize to you guys. It's the best I can do for now until I can figure out a way to fix it. It could just be, I don't know, some type of an issue. She's laughing. You don't see tears. I can understand if maybe that's the way that these women that live in the hood, this is the way that they grieve. They don't have tears. Okay, I can get that. Maybe that's something brand new that most of us aren't familiar with. But the polar opposite, instead of crying and being emotional, is to laugh. Huh? Really? Really? Who's going to tell me? Who's going to tell me that some people grieve by laughing at dead children? Ooh, I cannot wait to see what you people got to say in the comment section this time. Y'all always telling me, well, people grieve differently. Maybe not everybody cries. Okay, fine. No tears. Fine. But is it normal to laugh at a dead child? Huh. Maybe this is new. This is new shit. This is new shit.
Were there.
You say you donated. I can absolutely check it. Actually, yes, I'm gonna check it here in just a second. Yeah, if you donated, I'm absolutely gonna check it right now.
Shoot in a house with 6 kids. I don't even let my kids sleep downstairs. But they asked me to watch SpongeBob. They wanted to watch TV. That was it. Y'all took away our safe, our safety, our home. They wanted to watch TV. That was it. Y'all took away our safe, our safety, our home. They wanted to watch TV. That was it. Y'all took away our safe, our safety, our home. They wanted to watch TV. That was it. Y'all took away our safe, our safety.
Maybe I missed where the joke was. Refresh if you guys are, if I'm buffering, just refresh and I'll try to get through it as best as I possibly can right now, okay? Where was the joke? Relationship rehab, I agree with you. I agree, bro. What was so funny about her giving this interview and laughing? Listen again.
Sleep downstairs. But they asked me to watch SpongeBob. They wanted to watch TV. That was it. Y'all took away our safe, our safety, our home.
Holding balloons and candles, there were words to honor her memory.
She had things she wanted to do with her life.
That's right.
And now you took it from her.
And calls for action.
Listen at the little baby boy. Listen at the little boy. I guess I'm not against the boys speaking. I guess that's okay. I mean, depending on what you want to do.
Memory.
She had things she wanted to do with her life.
That's right.
And now you took it from her.
I don't know if I disagree with that or not with the little kid being on the microphone, but it's so much more wrong with this situation rather than just that alone. Okay?
Memory.
She had things she wanted to do with her life.
That's right.
And now you took it from her.
And calls for action.
We cannot sit around in these neighborhoods and be silent because this is what happens.
Other families who lost children to violence in Cleveland spoke too.
We want to stop this violence that is happening.
Just so you guys know, I totally forgot that he was in here. Do y'all know who that is? Let me know if y'all know who this man is on my screen with the dreads and the pink hat. For the people that live in Cleveland or Ohio, or really people that watch my show, y'all should know who that is. Do y'all know who that is? Type it in the chat if you think you know who that is. My brother Jason Gunn says, I really want to know, out of all these listeners, why they continue to have children and live in places like this. This has been my question all my life. I believe they don't care, and they don't mind if their children are killed. They would just have more. Someone please explain this question. This is why I love the panels. To my brother Jason Gunn, I agree with you. That's why I also love the panels myself, my brother. I really did. But it's so sad, man, when people can take something as good as having a panel discussion and just ruin it for everybody, you know? we can't, I wish we could do panels, man, but people just ruin it. But I do agree with your sentiments. That's Anaya Day Garrett's father. That's Michael Garrett. Anaya Day Garrett is the story that I have been talking about since I started on this channel. One of my bigger stories that I did was when Sierra Day and Deontay Lewis murdered a little girl that was 4 years old by the name of Anaya Day Garrett. If you don't know the story, look it up, and at the end of it, type in Anaya Day Garrett and then type in The Soto Podcast, and my show will come up, or you could just go on my channel, scroll back and look at it. You have to watch that story. For the people that wonder if I get emotional and if these stories bother me, the only thing that you have to do is go back and watch that story. I had a breakdown. I can't even lie about it. I had a breakdown, and that story caused me to cry. It hurt me in my chest. I think it's important to go back and take a look at that. Okay? Now, let me thank a couple more people that donated real quick. Again, to my brother Jason Gunn, thank you very much. Also to my brother Bolo, if you're listening, who sent in a Cash App and said, thanks for the work that you do. Hashtag God's work. Bolo, if you're listening, I just got your donation. Thank you very much. And I think we got one more PayPal that came in. If you guys want to send in a quick message like that, then you can. My new member is Lyric Speaks. That is my sister, Lyric Speaks. I appreciate you and I love you always, my sister. Thank you for supporting and joining the channel. This is Michael Garrett. He is still in the street campaigning for his daughter. I want you guys to understand how powerful this is. Damn, I'm hitting the wrong button. Anaya Day Garrett died September the 2nd, or excuse me, no. She died March the 11th of 2018. Before then, during that moment, and after that moment, this man has been on a campaign non-stop to try to get justice for Anaya Day Garrett. Even to this day, to the point to where he's even showing up to support someone else's child. Do y'all understand how powerful that is? And understand that's a black man, and understand that that's a father. That's a black man, and that's a father. I keep saying we need more fathers on the front lines. Right? We had one more person that donated. I know you wanted me to read it, so I'm going to read that for you real quick. So to the brother Frank, if you are listening, I did get your donation in PayPal. So if you're listening, thank you very much to Brother Frank for the donation. I didn't want to read your whole name out, but I just got yours. So thank you very much. I got a lot of messages coming in my phone, so I apologize. I'm trying my best to read them, but let me see. Okay, yes. So Mom's Fur Babies, yes, I got your message. Yes, that's Anaya's father. Let's hear what he had to say.
Other families who lost children to violence in Cleveland spoke too.
We want to stop this violence that is happening. This gun violence shall cease.
Everyone sharing a message that those who know something about...
That's the first time I'm going to disagree with my brother, Michael Garrett. Me and him were supposed to have did an interview. We never got around to it because he was so busy, and I understand that. I respect him. Brother, I respect that. As Tommy Sotomayor so eloquently said, in America, we do not have a gun problem. We have a nigga problem. Can y'all let me know that y'all heard what I just said? Not only has Tommy echoed that sentiment, and I believe to be the creator of that sentiment because nobody else was saying it before him, but I totally agree, especially for the people that believe in defending your Second Amendment rights. Don't let them come trick you out of giving up your guns. Like, what kind of shit is that? The gun is not the problem. If I take this gun out and sit it right there on the table, I want to see this motherfucking gun get up and go walk outside, go unlock the door, go walk outside and go shoot some motherfucking body's house up 26 times. You think that's going to happen? How many times have you put your gun in the safe and your gun decided to pull an Undertaker, get himself up out of his holster or your gun safe, go find the magazine or the clip, the magazine, go take the bullet and say, hey man, y'all niggas coming with me. Come on. Let's ride out, homie. Let's ride out. So the bullets hop inside of the magazine, then they automatically just get themselves in the gun, and then they like, hey man, which one of y'all niggas driving, man? You know what I'm saying? We got some niggas we gotta go take out, you know what I'm saying? We gotta go take these busters out. You know what I'm talking about? And they go riding around the hood. Oh shit. There them niggas go right there. Let's let off on them. Boom, 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 boom. All right, homie, let's ride out. Please. Somebody tell me, when's the last time that they arrested a gun for murdering a motherfucker? We're the AFC. We're the advocates for children. I'm just asking a question. When's the last time that the FBI, the CIA, the police, the military, anybody has ever arrested a gun for gun violence? Or is it just the stupid motherfuckers with guns? In order to get a gun legally, you have to be a law-abiding citizen first and foremost. Then you have to go get proficient with your weapon by going to get training, and then you have to take a test, and then you have to go to the gun range and go hit a fucking target and prove that you can hold a gun on a target and hit the target before they will say that you are proficient with this particular weapon that you shot with that day of your training, and you had to pay for it, and you had to pay for your registration. That's what happens with the law-abiding citizens. So what do you say of the people that are getting the guns illegally? Well, last time I checked, just because some shit is illegal don't mean that the people who are doing the outlaw things are going to continue to operate outside of the law. That's what they do. They're going to continue to keep being thugs and criminals. So it seems to be a smart thing to do is that everybody needs to be on guard for the outlaws. Did everybody catch what I just said? To the thugs and the criminals and the non-law abiding citizens, all I'm saying is that everyone needs to be on guard for non-law abiding citizens. The only way that you can stand up to any level of tyranny, shout out to my brother Relationship Rehab United Guns of America and my brother Tommy Sotomayor, by the way. The only way that you can stand up to tyranny is if you have the tools to do so. Everybody catch that? Don't expect for your garden to produce any type of crops if you don't have the right tools for your ground. Have some home defense. Have some personal defense. Just saying. If they shot at you 26 times, best believe I'm going to probably be shooting back. Fuck waiting for the police 6 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour and a half. Y'all niggas live in the hood. How long does it take for y'all to get the police to come to y'all neighborhoods when y'all got a whole bunch of violence going on in y'all neighborhoods? The way I see it, the people that live in the hoods should start a fucking civil war against the criminals, in my opinion. Just saying, or otherwise it's going to be like they say in New Jack City, it's going to be like Beirut, and you're going to be a prisoner in your own home. Somebody tell me when I said something that was not accurate.
And calls for action.
We cannot sit around in these neighborhoods and be silent, because this is what happens.
Other families who lost children to violence in Cleveland spoke too.
We want to stop this violence that is happening. This gun violence shall cease.
Everyone sharing a message that those who know something about this need to speak up.
Say something. Don't let somebody else's kid go like this.
And I reached out to Cleveland police late tonight for any updates, any new information. So far, they don't have anything to provide. We have not been told about any arrests in this case, Sarah.
Well, let's hope that justice comes soon. Thanks, Tiffany.
Let's hope.
Now to a heartbreaking update.
They said, let's hope that justice comes. Good job. Good job, Cleveland. Let's hope let's hope that people tell. Let's just hope that the police figure it out.
Now to a heartbreaking update to a story we first brought you yesterday on Good Morning Cleveland. A 6-year-old girl has died after being shot in the head in a drive-by shooting. Jay Jarvis spoke with that girl's family, and they're now making a plea for justice as police search for the shooter.
No. For Corday Lawson and her family, the feeling is indescribable.
Lost for words. I really don't even have no words for how I feel right now.
Around 1 o'clock Saturday morning, Cleveland police say someone sprayed a home on East 171st Street with bullets. Lawson.
Let me take a pause for the cause real quick, because when you tell me to check my PayPal, I'm going to check my PayPal. To Mom's Fur Babies. From my heart to yours, my sister. I don't know what words I can give you except for thank you for not only being such an anchor for me, but thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for allowing me to represent your brand and your product. Thank you for always being here in the chat. Thank you for giving me as much time. And I'm going to tell you guys, there have been a few people that know how to contact me offline. But I really appreciate her, not only for checking to make sure that I was okay, because I was quite a bit busy, but just making sure that I'm really, really good. And just saying, even simple things, just saying like, hey, man, I was looking for your show. I missed you. And, hopefully you do another show or something like that. But, man, just to always be checking on me and making sure that I'm good. If you can hear me, my sister, I really, really appreciate you so much. And that's the best I can say. So thank you so very much. Thank you. I really appreciate your support.
Now to a heartbreaking update to a story we first brought you yesterday on Good Morning Cleveland. A 6-year-old girl has died after being shot in the head in a drive-by shooting. Jay Jarvis spoke with that girl's family, and they're now making a plea for justice as police search for the shooter.
Numb.
For Corday Lawson and her family, the feeling is indescribable.
Lost for words. I really don't even have no words for how I feel right now.
Around 1 o'clock Saturday morning, Cleveland police say someone sprayed a home on East 171st Street with bullets. Lawson's 6-year-old niece Lyric was sleeping inside and was shot in the head.
Y'all did not have to do my niece like that.
Lyric was rushed to Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, where she later died. Heartbroken, Lawson and other family members spoke to News 5 about the little girl who loved her family so dearly.
She's a fun-going girl. She has 2 sisters. She's the middle child. They hang out every day. They love their grandparents. They love their parents. They love their aunties, uncles, man. They just regular kids. And all I want to know is who would do something like this.
Police say a dark-colored vehicle was seen driving away from the scene after the shooting. Lyric's family members are hoping whoever did this does the right thing and turns themselves in.
Me and my family need you to step forward. Be a man or be a woman, whoever you are. Step up.
Crime Stoppers is offering a $2,500 reward for any information about this shooting. Just call them or Cleveland Police. Jay Jarvis, News 5.
All right.
Now to a heartbreaking update.
Also, Moms Fur Babies, I just sent you a message again, just thanking you again, man. Just really appreciate that. I know we have a lot of people that support, but that right there, man, just really, truly appreciate that so much. More than just simple words can say, but just know that you're very loved and you're very appreciated. I really do. Let me go ahead. If you guys don't mind, I got a couple more videos I want to show y'all. They did a vigil, which we're going to talk about that balloon release stuff. And there are a few more videos. Do y'all want to see all of those videos, or do you want me to kind of cut this short? So y'all got to let me know. Do y'all want to see all of the video? Because it's kind of long. It's like a 15-minute video. Or do y'all want me to cut it short? Let me know what y'all want me to do. And when you guys are here, I know that the numbers are going up and down. It's because the stream is going in and out. If y'all would, just click that thumbs up for me, okay? That actually helps quite a bit too. The reason why the channel is buffering is because ain't nobody clicked the thumbs up yet. So please click that thumbs up, guys.
Never know what she grows up to be. We would never know that. My kids, her sisters, would never see her again. And it's hurtful.
And that girl is over there rocking back and forth. I don't know what to think about people who rock back and forth like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way that they do. Maybe that's a normal thing. I don't know if that's abnormal or not, but that rocking back and forth, I think, is just kind of crazy. So we're going to take a vote. If people want to see it, then if you want me to cut it short, and don't feel bad for saying cut it short if y'all want me to cut it short, okay? But if people want to see the longer version, let me know. So we'll take a vote, and depending on how many people say either cut it short or play the whole thing, then I'll do what you guys tell me to do. I want to see basically who has the most votes on that.
A family now trying to cope with the unthinkable. Hello, everybody. I'm Tracy Carlos.
Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Mike Brookbank. A bright, promising young life cut short. 6-year-old Lyric Lawson died after being shot in the head early Saturday morning on Cleveland's east side. News
5's Jade Jarvis spoke with the little girl's family earlier today, and Jade, they have a plea for justice tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Good evening, Mike and Tracy. Lyric's aunt, Deirdre, says that this has been an incredibly hectic time for her family. She told us she's still in shock and is lost for words as she grieves the little girl she called her partner in crime.
The words that they use, my God. Bolo, did you hear that, bro? She said she called Lyric her partner in crime. Keep in mind that this area is a crime-ridden place. I don't like that choice of words. She said Lyric is her partner in crime. It's about 50-50 right now. Some people are saying cut it. Some people are saying show the whole thing. So the more people that cast their vote, I'll do based on what y'all say. Keep up the good work, DJ Just Jay and the AFC. Well, everybody here that supports our message, we consider ourselves the AFC, the Advocates for Children. So that is what we epitomize. So thank you, Miss Shirley. I appreciate that cash out. Her partner in crime. What a fucking choice of words. Keep in mind, this little girl had already passed away and you refer to her as your partner in crime. No, come the fuck on. That's always bothered me, how these people refer to people after they're dead, talking about, what do you remember about her? Well, she was a good dancer, or well, she loved life. Well, like they can't say anything profound about these people. What did she call her? Her partner in crime, though. God dog. Like, how do you describe a dead 6-year-old like that?
They have a plea for justice tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Good evening, Mike and
We're still about neck and neck. So people are saying show it, some people are saying cut it. We're about neck and neck on that.
Tracy. Lyric's aunt, Deirdre, says that this has been an incredibly hectic time for her family.
Keep in mind, Deirdre is the twin sister of the mother, and she referred to her as a partner in crime. The life of the party. Thank you, Natoya. You knew exactly. She's been watching long enough. Thank you. You knew exactly what I was trying to refer to. She's too young to be calling somebody a partner in crime. She was too young to be somebody's partner in crime. Thank you, Lyric. Little baby girl. I call children that aren't even my babies my baby girl or my baby boy. Partner in crime. Just saying. Because everything going around them is a crime. It's a crime to live in that house. It's a crime to neglect your kids. It's a crime to have that many fucking kids without a father in the home. It's a crime to live in an area like this where everybody gets drive-bys and shot up and dead and found, shot, stabbed, run over with cars, all having drugs around the house. People not knowing where their loved ones are, being missing for months at a time, and they're rotting inside of an abandoned trap house. All of that shit is a crime.
She told us she's still in shock and is lost for words as she grieves the little girl she called her partner in crime.
1388 East 171st Street. We have a 7-year-old shot in the head. It's a code 1 CAT 8644. Code 1 CAT 8644. Doesn't know who shot her. Just woke up and the alarm was going off and everything was shot up.
Deirdre Selman can tell you just how many shots were fired.
28 times my house got shot up.
Excuse me, it wasn't 26 times like I thought. The house was shot up 28 times. You have to remember who we're talking about. They're ghetto as hell. Very much so. Very much so. I agree.
28 times.
Deirdre lives in this home on East 171st Street with her twin sister, Omitris, and their children, 6 in total. She says all of the kids were sleeping next to each other inside when the shooting started, and her 6-year-old niece, Lyric, was shot in the head.
The other kids had blood splatter on their faces. Like, this is not right. It's not right. My kids shaking so bad they couldn't even answer the door for the police. I had to have my oldest daughter hold the towel to my niece's head. She laid her on her lap so I could open up the door.
Lyric was rushed to a nearby hospital, but did not make it. And Deirdre...
So Mo Rob just, apparently you must have just came in. You might not have heard the beginning, which is okay. Yes, they had 6 children in total in this house, plus 2 adults. 8 people in total lived inside of that house.
She laid her on her lap so I could open up the door.
Lyric was rushed to a nearby hospital, but did not make it. And Deirdre...
Okay, Lyric. Maybe Lyric Speaks might not have caught this part, so I'll repeat it for you because I want to make sure that everybody gets this. Excuse me. They asked the obvious question, why this home? Why so many shots? Because I wrote this part down so that way I could give it to y'all again if y'all might have missed it. The news reported that they found a police report that may shed some light on this situation. If y'all are watching, please click the thumbs up. Share the stream, okay? There's a man by the name of Tyrone Laney who was a victim in a deadly shooting because there was 2 people that were shot at. He was shot and hit, but the other person was shot and killed. But he listed the home, this house that Lyric lives in, Lyric-Melodi Lawson, by the way, the little 6-year-old girl. He listed that as his address, as his primary address. Now, Laney survived that shooting and the other man died. Now, Laney is also listed as a victim in another deadly shooting that happened at a bar in July of 2018, but he's been in and out of jail for years. They didn't know if he was at the home or not, and they don't know if he was the intended target. But Laney and Waller, a man by the name of Waller, and then Tyrone Laney were standing in the street talking to a group of people when gunfire erupted. Waller was found dead with a gunshot wound to the head and in the middle of the street. Tyrone Laney ran after he suffered gunshot wounds to his leg and hand. He flagged down a police officer and reported that he and Waller had been shot. Several men ran from the area, including one who stashed a gun in the yard of a home about 3 blocks away, according to police. And investigators found the gun, but not the gunman. The ambulance took Laney to the University Hospital for treatment. Laney was also one of 7 people shot in July 26th of 2018, a shooting at the recording of a music video for the rapper by the name of rapper Q Money, in a bar in Cleveland, and 1 person died at that shooting. He also pleaded guilty in several drug trafficking cases. Earlier this year. However, neighbors say that even if he wasn't the intended target, the house that they lived in was always busy, in and out, what we call in and out traffic. They say that the commotion picked up when Lyric's family moved into that house less than a year ago. Now tell me that does not sound like a possible motive. He was the target and they shot up the house that they thought he lived in, but nobody is questioning him. Nobody's blaming him. Nobody is in the street saying that this is all Tyrone Laney's fault.
Says she and Omitris are now afraid to return to their home.
That's why they can't get no shit done out there in Cuyahoga County, out there in Cleveland, in these areas.
Look like somebody took a pencil sharpener and just spreaded the stuff all over my house. My house is shredded. It's shredded. It's not a safe haven anymore.
But they're leaning on each other for support.
When was her house ever a safe haven? Why would she say that?
Return to their home.
It looked like somebody took a pencil sharpener and just spreaded the stuff all over my house. My house is shredded. It's shredded. It's not a safe haven anymore.
But they're leaning on each other for support. Omitris was not ready to speak about her daughter with reporters, so Deirdre stepped in, sharing fond memories of Lyric, who she says was so full of life.
So little, so tiny, but her voice stretched a mile. Her voice stretched a mile. You knew she was in the room. You knew it. If you came across her, you knew she was in your presence. There was no ignoring that child.
Now, Deirdre says their family will be setting up a GoFundMe within the next day, and they're asking for any help they can get from agencies and members of the community to find whoever did this.
Again, if y'all didn't know about the GoFundMe, they have a GoFundMe up. The mother and the twin sister set up a GoFundMe. And since we've been broadcasting this story, y'all notice that the number has gone up a little bit. No, actually, it looks like the last donation came in about 5 hours ago. So maybe this might be the same exact number. So let me retract that. But that's the GoFundMe page. And just so you guys know, they're asking for $20,000. 20 racks. 20 racks. Damn near $1,000 a bullet that went through that house. Just throwing it out there. Just saying. It looks real weird, man. It looks real weird.
Wayne, Christy, good morning. The shooting that took place over the weekend, killing this little 6-year-old, it's sparking a lot of calls for action. Many feel that this shows just how bad the violence has gotten in Cleveland. Around 1 a.m. Saturday, Cleveland police were called to East 171st Street. They say a home was shot up while 6-year-old Lyric-Melodi was sleeping inside. She was shot in the head and rushed to the hospital where she later died. Now, no arrests have been made as this investigation continues. Lyric-Melodi's family is now calling for justice. They will join community members today for a vigil and rally in her honor. At 5 p.m. they will gather at Hannah Gibbons Nottingham School and will march to Lyric-Melodi's home. Last night, Fox 8 spoke with Lyric-Melodi's cousin Kayla Anderson by phone, who told us they are crushed.
I think they should be required to get life insurance if they get GoFundMe money. What do y'all think about that? I think that should be a requirement that if you get GoFundMe money, it should go towards life insurance. Because they're asking way more than what that burial should actually cost. We show all of this respect, like Tommy talks about all the time. I have to give Tommy credit where credit is due. We show all of this respect for dead people, and we don't show near that amount of respect for the living. And I think that's insane. I think it's insane. We're going to give her a good send out. Well, how is this baby going to enjoy her send out? She's fucking dead. But we don't care about the fact that they're eventually going to pass away. They need life insurance. So you don't have to depend on GoFundMe. GoFundMe is not fucking insurance, not free insurance. Why do black people always want some shit for free? Well, white people do. I don't care if white people do it or not. It's just like when your parents used to tell you, well, if your friends go jump off of a cliff, are you going to jump off a cliff? Well, if people that you say are doing something wrong, hashtag not all, okay, just for the dumb people. But if you say that people are doing something wrong, then why would you participate in the wrongdoing if we're supposed to be these people that are above the bullshit? So that means we should actually be doing better. If we know better, we should do better. So in my opinion, we need to be doing better for ourselves and stop using these benevolent people, this blind ass GoFundMe, and you just hope. This is a hope mechanism. We hope that somebody is going to see our GoFundMe. We hope that somebody's going to share the word. We hope that somebody's going to have enough money to donate in that GoFundMe, right? We hope and we wish. We hope and wish too fucking much.
Most perfect little girls anyone could meet. She was very smart for her age. I just want for her to stay herself, stay true to herself, stay here with her family.
Members of City Council are extremely frustrated with the recent violence in the city, especially these crimes that are unsolved. They will be holding a press conference on the steps of City Hall at 11:30 this morning to ask for the public's help. Now, if you know anything about this drive-by shooting, you of course are asked to contact police.
911, do you need police, ambulance, or fire?
Heartbreaking moments on a 911 call after Lyric-Melodi Lawson was shot in the head.
The 6-year-old child who had been gunned down, who was sleeping in her home, is just the last straw.
Her death sparking a call to community action from the steps of City Hall.
Speak up. You are just as bad as the folks who have committed these crimes if you stay silent and stay quiet.
City council members, the chief of police, and the mayor gathering to address crime in the city.
It's going to come to an end. It's not going to be good for you at the end.
Maddie Hayes with the organization Black on Black Crime feels today's meeting needed to be called.
And it takes a child to die to address these problems. We are in trouble. But I am very happy that this meeting happened today.
Lyric was shot at 1 a.m. Saturday at a home on East 171st Street. A family member telling us of the grief they are feeling.
They took our sweet little baby. I had to see my niece, her mother, and the twin sister just going to the floor, and that hurt me so bad.
Anthony Hairston is the council member in the area Lyric lived.
We love you all. We are praying for you all. This community feels your pain.
Lyric earned the nickname Ninja. from some family members for her strength and adventurous nature.
She would probably be the one getting her sister.
I apologize about the volume levels. The volume levels are going up and down. It's just, man, the news. I think they should have like a normalizer, like to have all the volumes at the same level. It goes up and down. So I'm sorry if it's too loud for some of you guys that are headphone users.
Family members for her strength and adventurous nature.
She would probably be the one getting her sisters and her cousins, even the ones older than her, to follow her lead.
Tonight, the strong girl with the beautiful smile will be held in the hearts of her community.
All right, let me see. Let's go. Got a few more videos real quick, and then we're going to wrap up, and then we're going to head over to my brother Relationship Rehab's channel. Okay, guys?
A victim of one of those recent crimes, 6-year-old Lyric Lawson. She was sleeping in her bed when she was shot and killed during a drive-by this weekend. Cleveland police said the shooter or shooters are still out there. News 5's Jesse Schultz has the latest from police and the community.
Students and staff here at Hannah Gibbons Elementary will be starting their week off without one of their own, Lyric Lawson. And we've learned that counselors will be here throughout the day talking to each class about the loss of the 6-year-old. Police say it was a drive-by shooting. The home on East 171st was sprayed with bullets around 1 a.m. Saturday. Lyric and 5 other kids were sleeping at the time. She lived there with her mom and her aunt, and they're in total.
And they had 6 kids and no biological father in the home. How awesome is that? Bolo said, I'm sick to my stomach of our kids dying, and they need to move. He said, great show. You said, great show. Hey, Lyric, I appreciate that. The show stream is going in and out, and all I can do is apologize to you guys. I see it's going on and off because it's notifying me, so I'll just have to maybe lower the bit rate for the next one, okay? So I apologize to you guys if it's going in and out.
71st was sprayed with bullets around 1 a.m. Saturday. Lyric and 5 other kids were sleeping at the time. She lived there with her mom and her aunt, and they're in total 6 kids.
I don't believe it's y'all guys. I believe it's my stream. So if you can hear me, it's me. So I don't know whether it's my service that I just went and got upgraded and they're still failing me over here. So I'm going to have to complain about them. They're going to have to give me a service credit or something. But it's not y'all. It's my stream. Okay? Let me make sure I can hear myself. Jesus Christ. It just dropped again. Hold on. Let me look. Let me look. Shit. Let me make sure I can hear myself. So if you can hear me, it's me. So I don't know whether it's my service that I just went and got upgraded and they're still failing me over here. So I'm going to have to complain about it. They're going to have to give me a service credit or something. But it's not y'all. It's my stream. Okay? Let me make sure I can hear myself. Hold on. Let me look. Let me look. Shit. Yeah, I noticed that number dropped. So if you can hear me, it's me. So I don't know what this. Okay, guys, if you would refresh again, just refresh, and we're gonna wrap up. Then we're gonna go over to my brother Relationship Rehab's channel. So if it's so bad, then like I say, maybe I'll have to go back and just replay it at a later point. I don't know why does it keep doing this? I know. All right, you too, Lyric. Thank you very much for your Lyric Speaks. I don't know how else to fix this. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with a physical connection next time. So we'll just try next time. Let's go ahead and finish up.
We spoke to Lyric's aunt, who says she counted 28 shots in total. She says they're heartbroken and confused as to who would do this to them. They're trying to cope with the fact that little Lyric is gone and also asking for justice. Right now, police and Crime Stoppers are asking anyone who knows anything to come forward.
They took a trophy, winning smile, great personality. We'd never get to experience her as an adult.
I don't like the way that they're describing this child. She called her her partner in crime, and this woman just called her a trophy. Is this colorism coming into play? Is it because she's light-skinned? Or am I just, I don't know. I don't know why you would call her a trophy. Who refers to their kid as a trophy? Do y'all kind of understand where I'm coming from? It's a little bit weird. She called her a trophy. Maybe some of y'all call y'all kids trophies. I don't know. I have never thought to call my kid a goddamn trophy. Like who refers to their kid as a trophy? I don't know.
Thing to come forward.
They took a trophy, winning smile, great personality. They took a trophy, winning smile.
Forward.
They took a trophy, winning smile.
They called her a trophy.
To come forward.
They took a trophy, winning smile, great personality. We'd never get to experience her as an adult. We would never know.
I agree, Jason Gunn. I've heard of trophy wife. Namio said maybe they're basing it off of who the dad is. The dad ain't nowhere in the picture. You have not heard them do an interview with any of these dads or nothing. Where's Lyric's dad at? We haven't heard from him. They haven't even mentioned the father. The father's devastated. Like, they called her a trophy. She was they took a trophy. Like, what? Did they? Huh. A trophy.
Who knows?
That's a weird description.
Anything to come forward.
They took a trophy, winning smile, great personality. We'd never get to experience her as an adult. We would never know what she grows up to be. We would never know that. My kids, her sisters, would never see her again.
And tonight at 5 o'clock, people will gather here at Lyric School to honor her life. There will be a vigil and then a march to East 171st Street to her home just down the road. We'll be here for it all. Reporting in Cleveland, Jesse Schultz, News 5.
On this recent rash of violent crime we are seeing here in our city. Stace, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mayor Jackson says the overall violent crime rate in the city has been dropping, but numbers and statistics don't mean a thing to the victims that we continue to see, to the family of Lyric-Melodi Lawson, who was shot in the head while she slept in her bed. Bullet holes riddle her home on East 171st Street. Chief Calvin Williams says there are no updates at this point, but police are developing plenty of leads from witnesses who have been willing to come forward. That's a big problem when trying to solve these crimes. Too often people who know or saw something are unwilling to come forward, either because they're afraid or they believe speaking up is to violate some unwritten rule.
We're calling on the public. We're here today to call on the public, particularly our young people, to abandon the code of silence that we have in our community. This no snitch rule.
Enough is enough. We need our community, we need our partners out there to step forward and take control of what's going on in the city.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap that video up just like that, okay? Let me go ahead and give you guys my closing thoughts real quick. And I apologize. I know that the stream was in and out, so we'll just close this out. I'll go back and watch it. If it's bad enough, then maybe I'll try to upload the video as a separate thing because I have it recorded on the side, okay? So I might make a shortened version of it. But at the end of the day, this is what I want to say. First and foremost, is pertaining to people in these vigils, because y'all know that this is going to happen again. Y'all are going to see more stories coming out of Cleveland with these children dying. or something like that, because they're not trying to stop it. They're not trying to prevent it. They're not telling. They don't want a solution. They're not going to move. They're not going to leave. So this is going to continue to happen. There are going to be more children added to that list. And now Lyric-Melodi Lawson is another child that they have to add to that list of children that have been murdered in Cleveland. To the people that are going out there and doing these stupid vigils and balloon releases, stop. I'm begging you. To the people across America, to anybody, even if it's just one or two people that are listening to the sound of my voice, stop doing vigils and balloon releases. In my opinion, if you want to celebrate with your family the life of someone, I can understand that. But these stupid balloon releases, it's so easy for people to go balloons. I don't want y'all to hear me on this. As much as it would cost you to go out and go buy all of these balloons that you're going to go let fly into the air, they're going to go out there and fly and get caught up in trees. They're going to go out there and get caught up in power lines. They're going to go out there and get caught up in your lakes, in your oceans. They're going to go out there and just litter people's yards, litter people's properties, litter the streets. You're going to go out there and litter your communities with all of these damn balloons that are also bad for the animals. Animals are getting choked out by these things. You're killing animals. You're hurting the environment. But I think that they need to focus on creating families. Stop focusing on vigils. Stop focusing on balloon releases. But as much as it costs you to go out and go buy these balloons, you could actually just go buy some life insurance. How about that? Maybe instead of making your donation to buying these balloons, because they cost money, take that money and buy an insurance plan. Gerber Baby Life, whatever it is, AAA, whatever it is that you need to use. Please take some time to do some research and invest in your children, either in a college fund, a trust fund, or life insurance. I'll say that again. College